Good morning, everyone out there in beautiful America, in the country, in the globe. Welcome to sunny St. Petersburg and the Temple of the Living God. We hope you're having a good time today. We hope you're here to enjoy the last day of 2023 with us. Sadly, my voice is leaving with this year, so the rest of the band is going to start you off with a great song written by our very own Tara Giordani. It's called There's a New World Coming.
And Daniel's voice is just taking a brief vacation.
Just a brief vacation.
It's not going away.
I'll be back a little later. You'll be surprised.
Nothing that you do surprises us, Daniel. And also on behalf of the temple, for the folks in TV land there, on behalf of the temple and the band, we wish you the happiest of New Year and the best of everything in the next year, and that goes for all you guys too. But I'll see you, so I'll be able to tell you.
Nice, nice.
All right.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a new world coming, and it's here to help us grow. It's been waiting for us forever. Its dawning has just begun. So let us all join forces to help Mother Earth to heal. Let us all remember the hope that we now feel. There's a new world coming. We bless our world anew. We bless our world in harmony. We bless each one of you. Let us all unite in peace, for the problems here are real. Let us all make choices to help Mother Earth to heal. Mother Earth will show the way. Take care of her trees and forests. Take care of her rivers and bays. Now we'll all stand together, holding hands under stars above. Our world be blessed forevermore, in harmony and peace and love. In harmony and peace and love.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you.
Just have so much to make available to you. I chose for this morning a brief selection from a publication of the Church of Religious Science entitled, All God Is, I Am. This struck me as a way of thinking about our lives as we move into the new year. God is my all. The entire universe is of spirit. All of God is right where I am, which means all God is, I am. I reflect the light of spirit in the world. God is light, love, joy, wisdom, abundance, and wholeness. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. I am the creator of my life. All is well in my world, regardless of what is occurring, because whatever happens, I know it is good. I am in awe of the magnificent universe. I admire the balance and perfect order. I know this is one way the infinite intelligence shows up in my experience in response to divine law. I am in wonder at the abundance in the universe and bless the innumerable ways it comes to my attention. I choose to stay awake and conscious of it all. I give an abundance of thanks and gratitude for the universe responding to my thought. In gladness, I release my word, knowing that law only says yes to me. It's beloved. And so it is. And so it is. We have again more inspiring music from Carol and the Goodfellows. Thank you.
There was a time in my life thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. You've got to let it go, let it go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I am only here for God. Yeah, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I am only here for God. Yeah, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I am only here for God. Yeah. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I am only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I am only here for God. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lonnie and Carol and Daniel and Richard and Alex. Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining us this Sunday morning. I really appreciate Carmen for asking me to fill in for, and I look forward to sharing in the most sincere way what the Holy Spirit and Jesus wants to share with you, and I trust it'll meet you exactly where you are. So I had the pleasure and joy of meeting up with my cousin, a first cousin of mine who's in Oakland, over the Thanksgiving holidays, and we had a wonderful joining. He does a lot of community spiritual work, you might call it, and we kept hitting on this idea about the power that we have to actually choose our way out of the mess that we created in our life. And we gave a wonderful contrast between a brother that was in his discussion group who we would call in the world had a very successful life, went to great universities, MBA. On the surface, we would call a very successful life. But he felt that he didn't have a choice to break the cycle of what he felt was a very imprisoning, slave-like life that had been set up around him. On the other hand, I had a student this school year that we might call her life very unsuccessful, very, very tough, troubled lifestyle, repeated troubles, repeated cycles that had her in a mode of thinking to where she felt trapped and victim, not feeling as if she had a choice out of it. So do you notice a common theme between two ends that we would judge on the surface of being very different, one very acceptable in the world, one very unacceptable, but yet the theme underneath it is very, very similar, that I feel like I'm a victim. I don't have a choice. Things are unfair, but if things were more fair, then things would be different. You know, we pull adult tantrums in this world and we say, you know, things aren't fair, and if things were fair, then I would be better off. Well, to that I say, welcome to planet Earth. If you think that this world, which is built on the idea of being special, this world which is built on the idea of standing out and getting attention and putting attention and wanting special treatment as an individual or maybe a group or a category where we want special recognition, needing others to provide some condition to us for us to feel better about ourselves and to feel more whole, needing others to provide a condition. If you're expecting that to happen, it's going to be a long wait to eternity before you truly feel a sense of fulfillment. So to help save some time, that's why we walk this journey with each other, to let us know that fairness cannot be found in a world which is built on seeking specialness. Can't be found. Stop wasting our time trying to get something out of a system, a belief system in this world to where it cannot provide it. The world is not equipped to provide fairness and true equality built on a world where we prioritize seeking special recognition. And so that brings us back to the topic of choosing our strength over our weakness. You know, which do we choose in every moment? Because we have constant opportunities to practice choosing every situation that comes to us, good or bad, for purposes of building our faith in our true God-given identity, or purposes of choosing our weakness, which we've inherited in this worldly identity, which needs special recognition in order to feel whole. We have constant practice for that. And faith in our higher power, in God, the Christ, whomever you identify with, is absolutely a practice. Don't let anybody ever tell you that a spiritual journey to building solid faith is anything but constant practice and discipline and commitment. I know we don't like those words in this world, but that's exactly what's required if we're going to build up our true God-given identity to help use those challenges, not deny them. You know, I know some people would argue that we're denying the challenges that come to us and the evil and the darkness in the world when we focus on the light of God through those challenges. But it's not denial if we use those challenges, if we acknowledge the challenges and the difficulties and the burdens that weigh us down. Acknowledging is not faking it. Acknowledging the effect that those things have on us is not pretending. It's using it for purposes of building up our God-given faith. That's when it becomes purposeful, and that's the only time it becomes purposeful. So some points that have come to me very clearly to hit on in every talk that I give are some of the following. That if we're going to truly choose our strength in our walk here on earth with each other, there's this idea of ultimate self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance, that no matter what goes on in our story, no matter what we think we may have done wrong, no matter what guilt and shame and regret that we build up in our lives based on judgment and condemnation that we inherit here, that we have the power somewhere in there, the call on the power of God, the Christ in us, to interact with everything and everybody as if it was us. Imagine if we were able to remember to go through the day and interact with everything that comes our way and everybody that comes our way as if it was us, as if we were interacting with ourselves. It's a radical form of self-acceptance through what we call true equality in seeing our brothers and sisters, especially including the brothers and sisters, the things and the situations that we don't like, that we have extreme conflict and differences with, seeing them as some version of ourselves. I'm not talking about becoming what we would call on the surface friends, or being phony or killing them with kindness on the surface. That's not what I'm talking about. That would be phony. I'm talking about the relationship that we have in our minds. Because the relationship and the connection that we have with others and things in our minds is what really experiences we have and embrace with the day-to-day. The connection, the interpretation, the perception that we have with things and people in our minds is what brings us our experience. And that is what I'm speaking to. If we allow our interactions with others to be an opportunity to choose the strength that God gives us to see with the light of God, to see with the vision of the Holy Spirit. That way, seeing all of you, I'm really, really seeing a version of myself in some way, and that really brings me back to that radical form of self-acceptance through our differences. It takes bravery, it takes a lot of willingness and a whole lot of practice to do that, but that's why we call it a faith practice, okay? The next thing, avoiding the trap of taking sides. Again, choosing our strength over our weakness involves this brave practice of avoiding taking sides when the world is telling us that we're justified in attacking those people, whomever those people may be, that might make us uncomfortable. And remember, if we're going to evolve spiritually, going through discomfort is required. We cannot evolve spiritually if we sit up on a mountaintop or in our perfect little setting and stay comfortable. Evolving and growth and comfort do not overlap. We have to go through constant discomfort in some way, every day, in order for us to truly call on the power that we are given to choose our strength and allow ourselves to see our brothers and sisters who are different in a way that allows us to grow through them. And I'm not talking again about practical differences will always be there. What I'm talking about is using the world's rationale for attacking those people, our brothers and sisters, and justifying that attack, hate, that venom that we see that's so fashionable out there now, justifying that attack and that hatred in our minds, which is fueling the cruelty that we see on the outside. So I'm inviting you to practice a belief system of sanity and of unity by allowing ourselves to check the invitation, the temptation to attack and to spew a very cruel belief system in our minds, which is causing us to continue to justify attacking each other and not looking at the source of where the motivations for this darkness we see out there in the world is coming from. And further, because we're so used to being so scripted and so tied to approval seeking in this world, and I say it often, and I remember starting school at 4 years old and how right away I noticed that the teacher had a chart on the wall with stars by our names. So right away I noticed that there's an element of having to seek approval and get the teacher's favor in order to feel somewhat fulfilled and whole at 4 years old. So we go through our whole lives of being very scripted, learning how to perform, and we've learned very well how to be overly serious. So if we're going to choose our God-given strength over our weakness, we have to practice being joyful. Think about that. In a world that's telling us to be serious, to where we tell our children, you got to act serious, you got to fit in. We have to practice being joyful. We have to practice being childlike. Think about that, because the world is telling us we have to act right. And again, this is practice. Again, I'm not talking about doing anything out to try to get attention. I'm talking about internally really using our faith practice and whatever we do to identify with that childlike innocence in us and call on the Holy Spirit and Jesus to help us start to unleash that innocent child in us and have a childlike expression, a joyful, fun, loose expression during the day. It's something we have to practice because we've gotten so used to being overly serious. So I invite you to take that into your practice during the day as an intention when you wake up in the morning. And the last point that's come to me very strong lately is this idea of seeing the enemy in the world, getting back to what we were talking about, taking sides. And in religion, we hear a lot about, well, the enemy is out there to get us. The enemy is out there to consume us and to fool us and to dominate us and to defeat us. And as soon as we take the concept that the enemy is some external force that we have nothing to do with letting into our minds and our hearts, as soon as we take the stance that the enemy, the darkness, the evil, the cruelty that we see in the world is completely an external matter, we have no power or no choice in letting that darkness into our minds and hearts, then we're contributing to that darkness. We're fueling that darkness because we're not taking responsibility for allowing those things to sink into our minds and our hearts and start to influence us and affect us. We have a lot of dark influences in our world, and you know what I'm talking about. In the online world and otherwise, it's simply reflecting what was already there. But I offer to you a different way to look at the darkness and the enemy in the world. When we see things that are ugly and cruel, things that are taking over our thinking, that are justifying us attacking each other for whatever reason we decide to conjure up, I invite you to look at the enemy as an ally, as a guide to signal us, to alert to us, hold up, let me not give my power away to that darkness. Let me not give my God-given Christ power away to that concept of an enemy, because I decided to let that darkness into my mind. I, on some level, learned that I had to let that darkness affect me and tear me down. I, somewhere in my conditioning here, decided to allow my God-given power to go away, and I decided to energize and empower that darkness in my belief system. It's nobody's fault, but it's our responsibility to allow our power that is freely given to us by the Holy Spirit, the Christ, at all moments to invite that in and help us start to filter out and to distinguish light from dark and to distinguish the source of that light and dark as we empower it in our minds. I invite you to use the darkness, the enemy, evil, cruelty in the world. Use those experiences that really affect us, that really tear us down, that really have a burdensome effect on us, weight on us. Use those experiences to signal and alert us to not give our God-given power away to that darkness, to not contribute to the darkness by taking a stance of having to be so defensive, thus justifying further attack against some external enemy. Again, this requires a lot of discipline, a lot of working through things that our mind does not want us to look at, a lot of working through some very difficult images in our minds that we've learned that has us justifying this enemy outside of us that we can't hold on to and we can do nothing about because it's out there. I invite you to really take time in your spiritual practice every day to make it a priority to go within and ask the Holy Spirit, the Christ, to walk you through all of the images that are weighing you down during the day. Michael Beckwith says that we don't have an attention deficit problem. We have an intention deficit because we wake up in the morning, our minds are flopping all over the place. We're looking at the phone 1,000 times a day. We have no focus and no bigger purpose about what we're here for, most of us, because it's become normal to stay overly distracted and not even know whether we're coming or going. He's saying that we wake up in the morning intentional about using every single challenge, good, bad moment that comes to us for the one singular purpose, because they're not separate purposes. We have one purpose. We have different talents. We have different characteristics, but we got one purpose, brothers and sisters. Don't think we've got this complicated life to where we have to figure out our purpose. We will use our personal differences to come back to this process of discovering our singular purpose and discovering our God-given identity and who we are. using our challenges, not denying them. We've got one purpose. Let's be intentional in waking up and remembering everything that comes my way. I'm going to use it to call on the power that is within me and help me walk through it in remembering our God-given truth and wholeness and perfection and innocence and who we are as the Christ. Let's be intentional about waking up. That becomes our process and our practice of choosing our God-given strength over choosing our worldly given, inherited, learned, conditioned weakness. Which do we choose? At every moment, we're always choosing. Don't waste away our incarnation here, choosing and reinforcing and justifying our weakness. That's a waste of time. It's going to be many, many, many eons of repeating this ugly, dark, weak cycle. We don't have to, but we've got to be ready and committed and disciplined enough to take the time that we have to slowly turn our focus toward our God-given light and energize and empower that God-given light, as opposed to tearing ourselves down with this justified weakness in the world. We don't have to. We don't have to. We can use our time purposefully if we decide to wake up and get fed up of being weak and being a victim and being limited into this box that we were conditioned into. We don't have to play along. I will leave you with that. I appreciate everybody coming out today. Thank you for taking the time to hear this. Acknowledge yourself for taking the time to hear this.
Yeah.
2 up. We're all getting ready to turn the page, aren't we? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, last time. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
It's a brand new day.
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 Clap your hands
Clap your hands
and celebrate. The power of love has rolled that stone away.
That stone away.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's a brand new day.
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 Clap your hands,
Clap your hands
and
and
celebrate. The power of love has rolled that stone away.
Stone away.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's a brand new day.
It's a brand new day.
Faith can move a mountain, part that stormy sea. Love can be a fountain pouring over me. Hope and resolution can take that roll away. The past is past, we're free at last. It's a brand new day, it's a brand new day.
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 Clap your hands
Clap your hands
and celebrate. The power of love throw that stone away.
That stone away.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's a brand new day.
It's a brand new day.
Doubts become believing that death can be destroyed. Painful loss and grieving can open up to joy. A dawn of resurrection can chase our fears away. The past is past, we're free at last. It's a brand new day, it's a brand new day.
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 Clap your hands
Clap your hands
and celebrate. The power of love has rolled that stone away.
That stone away.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
It's a brand new day.
It's a brand
Yeah.
I hope everyone has a happy New Year Eve celebration. Don't go anywhere. We've got a great lineup of speakers for you. So give us just a couple seconds to get everything ready for you to come back in. While you're at it, go out to the lobby, have a snack, say hi to a friend. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Visit the bookstore, huh?